Dual licensing, as I mentioned, when I was talking about like source available, dual licensing options are usually private companies that release software under an open source license, almost always a Faro GPL, maybe GPL, but they will negotiate alternative licenses. So why is it almost always a Faro GPL or GPL? Because those are the copyleft licenses that impose the most conditions. And so they're going to have the effect of driving users who don't want to comply with those licenses towards negotiating alternative licensing. It makes almost no sense to offer a dual licensing product, a dual license product under something like Apache, because there's no reason anybody would pay for an alternative license for that. When companies do a dual licensing model, they almost always make those options clear on a public-facing website because they want people to know that there's an option to negotiate commercial licenses, and they want people to come to them. So companies that do that are well served by making the choices clear. And when I work with clients in my law practice who are doing dual licensing options, I strongly recommend that they make it as clear as possible, because that's how they're actually going, one way they're going to generate business for their companies. There's also something that is more like open core than dual licensing. They're similar, but not exactly the same. But you will see that a lot of companies have one edition, which is an open source edition, and one of which is a commercial or enterprise edition. And those are usually slightly different products. When we talk about dual licensing, like the original model for dual licensing, by the way, was MySQL was the pioneer of it. The code bases for the two options are identical, or at least are supposed to be identical. But over the years, this model has expanded to variations where there is different functionality in the different editions that are offered. So the pros about dual licensing is that there are often other licenses available, so you can solve compliance problems by negotiating a regular commercial license. The cons are that you can have additional compliance work, and a lot of the tracking tools that you use might not track dual licensing terribly well.